Hello, and welcome to another episode of Hear Their Voices, an Icon podcast. My name is Priscilla Ozodo Acevedo, and it's a joy to be back here with you. For those of you who may be joining us for the first time, Icon is the International Committee on Nigeria, and we promote human dignity, the right to live, religious freedom, and the protection of the vulnerable from all forms of persecution in Nigeria. So, here we are. It's another podcast day, but for those of you who may not know, I know most of you do know, but just in case you missed it, but before we go on, I almost forgot. This is the time to get others involved. This is a podcast that I'm learning so much from, you're learning so much from. So why should you watch it by yourself? So pick up your phone. People may not know we've gone live. We changed our time a little bit. So pick up your phone. If you're on with us and you're live right now, just pick up your phone, go to your Facebook app, and you should have gotten a notification right there that Icon is live. If I can find my Facebook app. And there we go. Notifications. Yes, Icon is live. So you click on that. That's not what I'm trying to do, y'all. My phone's not. There we go. There's my notification. My phone is not speaking to me. I'm going to go quiet and... Whew. This is taking me a minute, y'all. I just came from a trip yesterday, and I am glad to be here with y'all, and hopefully I'll be able to do this. Okay. We go, Icon is live. We go to our Icon page. Yes, I see myself now. And then we share it. This is what we do. You share it and click share. You can say, come watch with me, or here, I'm watching this. Come join me. And immediately you can share it. I like to share the YouTube link on my status on WhatsApp just to get people watching with me. Sometimes I like to share it with my family. But that's one way to ensure that we are not watching this alone. Forgive all that craziness, okay? Welcome back. If you're just joining us, my name is Priscilla Ozodo Acevedo, and this is the Icon Podcast. Okay. Last week was a special week for us. As some of you may know, we got to celebrate or remember 3 years of Leah Sharibu being in captivity of Boko Haram. If you missed any of that, we had 7 days of prayer. First of all, I want to say thank you. Thank you all for joining us in this. We had a huge series of events for the Speak Up For Leah week. So for those of you who joined us to pray in the 7 days of prayer, the days that we posted prayers and the days we didn't post prayers, you joined us to pray. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you missed it, you can go to our YouTube page or our Facebook page and you can go back. Actually, yes. Some of you thought, oh, I missed it. It's gone. No, you can still get engaged. Go back and watch the prayers and join us to pray for Leah, because this is not the end. This is just the beginning. This third year is going to be a loud cry until Leah is home. We're going to cry out for Leah. Yes, that's just a clip of me. We're shooting live from Washington, D.C., and we brought the podcast to you live from Washington, D.C. So go back. We had the 3 hours for 3 years. We had speakers from the U.S., from the U.K., from Nigeria. From the U.S., we had people like Benjamin Watson. We had so many amazing speakers. I don't want to miss names. We had so many amazing speakers in the UK. We had Baroness Cox and some other people from the government in Nigeria. We had so many speakers. We had Solomon Lange. We had some more musicians. And we had Leah's family on the phone live. We got to speak to her mother and her father and got to hear what they are going through right now. So please, it's not too late to go and be part of the conversation. Go on YouTube. Click the link, watch it. We're playing the link from YouTube right now to show you that it's still on. It's still right there. So go click on it and watch it. We've had a bunch of you watching it and we're so grateful. Thank you so much. Another thing we did was we had this hashtag Speak Up For Leah video. It had 3 candles, and we were sharing that video, and we had a goal to get to 300 shares. And we worked. That was the video. We were working from this time last week. I announced that we will be sharing this video, and we worked until all the way to Wednesday, and we're still going. We're still going. Y'all, I have the results. Some of you have been waiting to say, did we get to 300 shares? Did we get to 300 shares? No, we did not. We're still close, but I have some great, amazing news. This video got to about 80 shares, 74 shares on Facebook, but on other platforms, we got about 80 shares. But this video reached over 15,000 people. This video reached over 15,000 people, and over 3,400 of that actually sat down and watched the video. Y'all, we're making a dent. Can we get this to 30,000, 50,000? This is a very short video that you can share on Instagram, you can share on Facebook, and get the story out. We'll talk more about that. But that's the hashtag Speak Up For Leah video. So this was last week, and for some people it might be like, okay, we've done the 3-year anniversary. Leah is done, but Leah is not done, and we'll tell you more ways how to get engaged towards the end of this broadcast. So those were the announcements. Now, Icon is very, very passionate about bringing you more stories about Leah, about fighting for the injustice and the lack of dignity that a lot of Nigerians are facing today. But we want you to join the conversation, be part of it, share these videos, y'all. Share these videos. I say this every week, but I'm serious. We need to get, the thing about this generation is that we have the power to change a narrative. In the past, you have to go to news stations, you have to get it out there. Just by one click, we can make a difference. Let's make a difference for Leah, okay? Here is some of our announcements. The news of the week. Here is the news of the week. Many news stations are reporting that 3 years later, Leah Sharibu is still held captive, reportedly for her faith. In the last 3 years, since a group of Boko Haram terrorists stormed and kidnapped 109 students from Government Girls Science Technical College in Dapchi, Yobe State, only one of the victims, Leah Sharibu, has not been released. While little or nothing has been heard from her since her abduction, Leah's story has become the stuff of legends, they report. A girl who was just 14 years of age at the time of her kidnapping on February 19th, 2018, suddenly transformed from a virtually unknown girl to a known girl in rural Nigerian town to an international figure, venerated and adored by many around the world. The affection is linked to Leah's belief and stance. Various sources, including some of the released schoolgirls, say Leah is being held by the terrorists because of her refusal to renounce her Christian faith. A lot of people are talking about Leah, and they say she's venerated. I personally feel like she's the new. We haven't talked about her enough. In Nigeria, we'll say we never start. Let's make enough noise so that she can be released. Our second news story of the week breaks my heart, really. This is from Reuters, and they are reporting that gunmen kill a student and kidnap 42 people in an attack on a Nigerian school. As we remember Leah, another school has been attacked, and 42 people were kidnapped. Unidentified gunmen killed a student in an overnight attack in a boarding school in the north-central Nigerian state of Niger. On Wednesday, they kidnapped 42 people, including 27 students. The state governor said the assailants stormed the government science secondary school in Kagara district of Niger State at around 2 a.m. Overwhelmed the school's security detail. Governor Abubakar Sani Bello said 27 students, 3 staff, and 12 members of their families were kidnapped. Unfortunately, 1 student was shot and died. He told a news conference, the governor told a news conference, reported this to a news conference. Aliyu Isa, a teacher, told local TV news channels that the abductors were dressed in army uniforms and shooting as they broke into the school. They were dressed in Nigerian army uniforms. So, y'all, we gotta pause. I need to break the newscast for a second and just say how heartbreaking is it that as we are screaming on the top of our lungs about Leah and the hundreds of other girls that are still in captivity with Boko Haram, there is still the boldness of these terrorist groups to go and attack yet another school. There's a direct attack against education, against young people. Let's take a moment. You at home, in your office, watching this on rebroadcast, take a moment to pray for these families. These are another set of families that are gone. 1 child dead. Moving on to our next news item. 4 more Christians killed by Fulani jihadists. This is brought to you by Persecution International. Muslim Fulani herdsmen attacked and killed 4 Christians on an ambush on Sunday, February 14th. In north-central Nigeria, Irigwe Nation has again been thrown into a state of grief, heartbrokenness following the unwarranted killing of 4 of our Christian men by the Fulani herdsmen at 2 villages of Kwal District's Bassa local government area of Plateau State. Said David Malley, spokesperson for the Irigwe Development Association. 4 of them from Rikwe Chongu village were ambushed by Ribakwa axis near, I'm going to pronounce this wrongly, please forgive me, but Kpachudu, and 3 were killed instantly, while 1 sustained a gunshot injury. The other one from Zirshi was ambushed and killed instantly. Earlier this month, 7 Christians were killed in a similar attack by Fulani jihadists at 7:30 p.m. on Sunday, February 7th. Fulani herdsmen killed 5 Christians and hospitalized 1 in Kaduna State, while also burning down houses and food grains. On February 2nd, Fulani herdsmen killed 2 Christians while they were traveling on a road to Dudu village. Sorry, y'all. I need a moment. This unnecessary. There's a boldness that has come upon these terrorist groups that breaks my heart. That as we are screaming and shouting, release those who have been taken, there's even more killings. To stay on top of these news items, follow us on iconhelp.org. We are constantly posting the news. You can subscribe to receive these emails in your inbox every week, because it's easy to get complacent when you're not hearing the stories. And that is part of why we do this, is to bring the story, because some of us are like, oh, we've remembered Leah, Shikenan, we're done. But this is just the beginning. We need to make our voices heard. We're beginning a campaign to just say, speak up. If you heard me read that, say it at your next prayer meeting with your church. Say it in your friend group chat. Say it to other people, and let's get our voices heard and put pressure on the Nigerian government to stand up and fight against these terrorist groups. I could get passionate, but we don't got all day, okay? So, One of the things that we did last week was we featured a lot of people just sharing their story and their hearts about Leah, but we couldn't get through all of the people that wanted to say a prayer or speak on behalf of Leah. The event was tagged hashtag Speak Up For Leah. And we've had hundreds of people just really joining their voices. But we want to continue that conversation because today, what we want you to live with is this is not the end. This is just the beginning. Let's get this hashtag to snowball into this gigantic thing. Let's continue to speak up for Leah. Let's continue to speak on behalf of the people who are being kidnapped daily, on behalf of the helpless men and women and girls and children and boys that are being kidnapped every single day in Nigeria. It's time to stop being silent. It is time to speak up for Nigeria. So, we're going to share some videos. The first one we'll be seeing is by Gloria Puldu, who is not a stranger to us on this show. She is amazing. She's the president of the Leah Foundation, and she has given a good chunk of her life to fighting for the release of Leah. This is Dr. Gloria Puldu making an appeal. Stay tuned.
Leah Sharibu was left back in captivity because she was bold and courageous enough to refuse to renounce her Christian faith. Today, Leah is 3 years in captivity, despite all the promises the government has made to secure the release of Leah. Leah represents thousands of girls and women who are in captivity in the hands of Boko Haram, terrorist organizations in Nigeria. We want everyone to speak up and to stand and to pressure the Nigerian government. By pressuring your government, asking your government to speak up to the government of Nigeria for the release of Leah Sharibu, for the release of women and girls who are suffering and paying great price because of the insistent attacks in Nigeria and also the Boko Haram activities all over Nigeria. Please speak up. We plead with you. And for those of you who are joining us as our special guest today speaking, we just want to appreciate you. Leah Sharibu's parents are grateful, and all other women and girls in Nigeria who are in captivity are looking up to you and your government to speak up and to ensure that justice is done, that they regain their freedom. Thank you so very much for all the organizations, ICON, PSJ, others all across that are advocating and also pressuring the Nigerian government and speaking up against the injustices done to women and girls in Nigeria. We appreciate you for partnering with Leah Foundation. God bless you. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, we plead with you to speak up, to say something, not be silent until all these injustices are stopped. Thank you very much.
I am Ambassador Rhoda Godwin Chivotta, the leader of Christian women on the plateau in Nigeria. I am appealing to the international community to come to our aid in Nigeria, especially concerning Leah Sharibu issue. Leah was abducted years ago, and she's going to be celebrating her 19th birthday in captivity. We have cried, we have advocated that Leah should be released, but up to now, nothing has been done. We are calling on international community to come to our aid in Nigeria to see the release of Leah Sharibu, who is in captivity of Boko Haram. And recently, some boys were also abducted by militia groups, and after 2 days, these boys were released and got back to their homes. Why is Leah Sharibu's issue taking long time? We need the international community to intervene. And also, one of our daughters was killed because some kidnappers came to their home to kidnap the daughter, and she was like, why would they do that? And it was the second time, and she was killed in cold blood. We need your assistance. Please come to our aid. Also, some Chibok girls we had in the news that they escaped from Boko Haram. Their identity was not released, so that we will know how many of them and who were they, because some of these Chibok girls are still in the hands of Boko Haram. They release some and they still hold some in their possession. We need international community to come and help us in our country, Nigeria, to defend us also, because our lives are at stake. We need your assistance.
I'm Mustapha Sharimnath, the father of Leah Sharibu, which was abducted on the 19th February 2018 at Government Girls Secondary School, Dapchi, Yobe State. Today is her 3 years anniversary in captivity. I'm appreciated for the whole nation for their concern and assistance to the family. I'm calling on the Mr. President Muhammad Buhari, to fulfill his promise. He has promised to the family, he promised the nation, and promised the whole world that his administration should do their possible best to see that my daughter return home safely. So I'm begging him in the name of God that he is saving to fulfill his promise. Thank you.
Nake Rebecca Sharif, Maman Leah, wanda aka ɗauke ta tun 19 February 2018. Ina nan dai ina gode ma Leah Foundation da Icon da duniya gaba ɗaya wanda suke fama yin addu'o'i ba dare ba rana domin Leah. Ina ce musu na gode. Har yanzu na sake kawo abin da nawa a wajen gwamnati. Kukana a wajen gwamnati batun Leah. Har yanzu Leah bata dawo ba. Sun yi ta mana alkawali, ba mu gani alkawali a kasa ba. Tunda har yanzu ba mu ga Leah ta dawo ba. Ina kan roƙon gwamnati har yanzu. Da sauran mutane wanda suna captivity duka, ba Leah ita kaɗai ba ne, mutane da dama wanda suna captivity. Muna addu'a, muna roƙo domin su. Allah ya sa su dawo a cikin koshin lafiya. Leah yau ta cika shekara 3 a captivity. Ba tare da muka san ina Leah take ba, ba tare da muka san yanayin da Leah take ciki ba. Ina roƙonku duniya gaba ɗaya kada mu manta da Leah. A ci gaba da addu'o'i har Leah sai ta dawo. Na gode.
Amen. She said, let us keep praying until Leah gets back. Amen. I loved Leah's dad's appeal. Nathan said, we need to put pressure on government Muhammadu Buhari to fulfill his promise. He made a promise to the world. He made a promise to Nigerians. He made a promise to the Sharibu family that he will do whatever it takes to get Leah back. And Leah has been 3 years in captivity and is not yet back. And like her mom said, she's not the only one in captivity. There are several other girls that are in captivity today. And more have been taken again. This past week, more have been taken again. It's too late to say nothing. We've gone over and over. I was watching a trailer again of Hotel Rwanda, and I was reflecting how the world was silent for so long. Let us not be those people who say, oh, I wish I spoke up earlier. Now is the time to speak up for Leah. We are beginning an engagement for you to speak up for Leah. If you're like, I don't know what to do, then go to iconhelp.org/engage. We have information, relevant information of things you can do today. We have been silent for too long. This has gone on for too long. 3 years is too long for a mother to be without her child and not know where she is at. 3 years is too long. 3 minutes is too long for a mother not to know where her child is. If you're not sure how to get engaged, go to iconhelp.org/engage and we will tell you. The simplest thing you can do is continue sharing the videos. Follow us on all our social media platforms, and you see us post something, just share it. Just share it. And if people ask you, what is this about? Say, follow iconhelp.org. Get more information there. You don't have to have all the answers. It's too late. Too late to be silent. Yet on your screen, you'll see our engage page. And you can get involved today. We are beginning a campaign and we'll continue to give you tools on how to speak up for Leah. Some of you might be in school and you're like, I want to get people together to speak up for Leah. How can we do this? Go to iconhelp.org/engage. We have ways for you to get involved. We cannot continue to be silent, y'all. It doesn't matter who you are. It's easier. I can tell you this for a fact. It's easier to be silent. It's easier to do nothing. It's easier to just pray in your apartment, pray in your house and say, oh, I pray for Leah every day. Yes, we believe in prayer. But the Bible also says faith without action is useless, is dead. Let's put our action to words by getting involved. Go to iconhelp.org/engaged and figure out how you can get involved in speaking up on behalf of Leah, in speaking up on behalf of the hundreds of women and children and boys and men that have been kidnapped by Boko Haram and Fulani activists and other kidnappers and terrorist groups in Nigeria. Go to iconhelp.org/engage to find out how your voice can speak up on behalf of peace in Nigeria. I have every member of my family except one, all in Nigeria. My heart breaks. I was reporting the news from Niger State and I freaked out because my sister right now is in Niger State. And I reported the news from Plateau State and my brother right now is in Plateau State. And these are things that may not affect you directly, but for some of us, it's closer to home. You may not know Leah's face, but all the faces you see here on this icon platform, we all have family and friends in Nigeria. We all have family and friends that are directly affected by this. For our sakes, speak up on behalf of Nigeria. These are you're seeing just some of the facts being displayed on your screen about the things that are happening in Nigeria. Speak up for these victims of atrocities and killings, and we cannot afford to be silent. We cannot afford to be silent. So our call to action is, what will you do? Yes, pray. Yes, send good vibes. Yes, send good wishes. But what is your action plan? It might be to send some of our videos to five people, 5 different people that you know will have influence, and send it to them. Speak up. Speak up for Nigeria. Thank you all so much for joining us for another episode of Hear Their Voices. This is the Icon Podcast. And again, I am Priscilla Ozodo Acevedo. And it's a privilege to bring you this information and share with you how you can be involved in making a difference for several hundreds of families, thousands of families in Nigeria. I hope to see you again next week. Stay tuned to our social media pages. We might be changing a few things in this new campaign, so stay tuned. You want to know when we're going live. You want to know when we're sending special news. If you haven't signed up for our newsletters, you want to do that. You want to subscribe, okay? Thank you. We are blessed and grateful that you got to spend this time with us. Have a wonderful rest of your week.